Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This is your host, Goose Thomas. I got my main man, Mr. Bill Logan, in the building. What's good, big bro?
I'm going to be controversial today.
I bet you are.
Yeah.
I bet you are.
Quan.
I don't expect anything else from you.
Controversial today.
I don't expect anything else.
Yeah.
That's why they call you the controversial one.
Yeah.
Mr. Controversy. Yeah, man. We got my man Quan59 on the boards, engineer extraordinaire. Guerilla Cross Radio is in the building, man. If you want to give us a call up here, 702-608-3259 is the number. If you want to get us on all our social media, we're at Let the Ball Bounce at everything.
Everything. And the Facebook is popping.
Facebook is popping. It's probably popping right now. See, this is the thing that gets me. We've been doing this show now almost 8 years. And we still got to tell people what time the show comes on, bro. It really is. It's nagging, bro.
Yes, it's
like, and I understand it's playoff football, which we're going to get into in just a second. But there should be nobody asking me, hey, yo, Goose, what time the show come on, dog? Hey, yo, Dre.
But while the games are on, they're doing this on the page.
Yeah, on the page. They on the page during the games. Like right now, of course, we're on live during the game. Well, we're watching the game and doing the show.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Never mind,
dog, because y'all just. Yeah. Never mind.
Grown men chastisers on the page.
Like, oh God.
Don't be posting that. Hey, man.
Let's not go there. Bro.
I'm a grown man. I can post what I want to post.
Let's not go there, bro. Because we'll start something different. We got a guest in the building.
Oh, yeah.
On today.
Yeah.
Clemson great. Former Seattle Seahawk. Yeah, man. Spent 7 years in the league.
7 years.
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony Simmons is in the building, man. What's good with you, bro?
Oh, man, I'm just happy to be here, man.
Yes, sir.
Blessed.
Yes, sir.
I'm blessed.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you coming, man. Shout out to Casino, man, my guy. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. I know you want to talk Clemson, Alabama, but the NFL playoffs are upon us. And that's what today's show will be geared toward. We're talking NFL playoffs. Basketball, I mean, it's mid-season right now. It's really no big time news. I mean, James Harden is getting talked about as though
he's cooking.
He cooking.
Yeah,
he cooking in January.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool to cook in January.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is not normal from what he's been doing the last 3-4 years.
It's nothing different.
Yeah,
it's not anything that we're not accustomed to seeing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's James Harden. It's what he's been doing.
May, June, and July though.
No, I need to see him in.
He eats good. Early.
He eats good real early. Super early. Yeah, he's getting his carbs right now. Yeah, he's getting them carbs up.
Getting them carbs up.
You understand me? Yeah, he's getting them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to see it when it start to get a little hot.
Mm-hmm.
Start getting a little hot outside.
Yeah. Ain't no shade.
Daryl Morey said that James Harden he's in the conversation for being the greatest offensive player of all time. Daryl Morey. No, he's not. we gotta pipe that down, dog. Like, let's let this man finish out his career before we do that. Like, I like watching him play. He's one of my favorites to watch. Totally one of my favorite players to watch. So I'm not dismissing his skill or summarily dismissing him. But to say he's in the conversation for all-time greatest offensive player ever?
The body of work.
That's deep.
The body of work needs to extend and show something in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let's extend it a little more, and let's see how he does, in the playoffs upcoming in his career.
Yeah.
Because right now, his playoffs prowess.
His play is off.
The play.
One of the playoffs, he quit, didn't he?
Oh,
didn't he quit?
Gave up.
Yeah, he quit.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out, dog.
Greats don't do that.
Not none I know. Or that I consider great.
No.
I've never seen any players I consider great.
Jordan took a beating from the
a massive
Detroit
one.
Pistons.
A massive beating.
How long? He didn't quit.
Years.
Yeah. Okay. But he's the greatest.
I mean,
next subject, please.
Oh God. Jeez. I just can't. When I saw that, I was like, "Yo, dog, this is like some. What website did this come from? Like, I'm thinking it's one of those like, what is it? Is 24/7 Sports a viable?
Well, we're always
outlet?
in the present. We're always in the present. The moment, the present.
Like,
we
what are we doing right now?
Yeah, come on now.
Y'all really living for the last 2 weeks? This is what we on? We on the like.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, this man just
the greatest
catapulted himself.
He's the third best two guard of all time right now.
In 2 weeks? Yikes! Yikes! I'm sorry. I can't do it. I just can't.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's not can't. I'm not gonna do it. But he's cooking right now. Though.
Oh, no doubt.
So,
with full lard.
Yeah,
he's cooking.
Yeah,
no doubt. Deep frying.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like
chicken, shrimp,
all of it. Catfish.
You scared to throw the fry in there?
Yeah, it's did
it. Right.
Yeah, it's man, definitely cooking.
Yeah.
But greatest offensive player of all time, like, yeah. I mean, you just gonna disrespect Cap like that? You just really gonna disrespect Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like that, as if he didn't exist? That's what we gonna do. We gonna disrespect Karl Malone? Notice I ain't said Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant yet. I'm just going off the top two on the scoring list.
Yeah.
This is what we gonna do. Gonna disrespect LeBron James?
Oh,
yikes!
LeBron.
I'm not even a LeBron fan like that, but you gonna disrespect LeBron? All right.
Anybody see what Marbury said about?
Yeah, he went on a rant. I'm like, yo,
yo,
my dude eating that Vaseline again, dog.
Vaseline? What happened? What did you import from China?
What are you doing, brother?
Too much miso.
No, it wasn't just here. No, he stuck his whole finger in his mouth.
Dog.
Just keep it 100.
Sucked it off.
Whoa, brother! Just all the petroleum jelly.
Somebody say he was eating glue sticks.
What are we doing right now?
Somebody say glue sticks. Too.
Yes. You just. What is going on right now? Yikes! And he looks.
And a lot of people on the page call me a LeBron hater. No,
nobody's. Come on.
That dude is a LeBron hater.
Yes.
I ain't never went that hard.
Yeah,
I ain't never went that hard on LeBron like that.
Wow.
What do we don't know about?
like, come on, bro.
What happened in that relationship?
Tainted, scarred, bro. You are scarred, brother. Scarred. Wow, what did he do to you? Jeez. Anyway, man, let's get to some pigskin.
Yeah.
The national championship is set.
It's hot.
Alabama, Clemson. Now, when Deshaun Watson was at Clemson and played in the national title game, we looking at it was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I picked the Clemson Tigers because, again, being a Florida State fan, I know what Deshaun Watson is capable of doing. I knew that. I said, at that time, Alabama had zero inkling of a passing game. Like, they couldn't get the ball downfield vertically at all, really. I said, it's going to be a close game, high-scoring game.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson is going to carve that defense up because I just felt in my heart watching this dude over his last 3 seasons. I knew what he can do, and anytime we went to Death Valley, I was like, "Y'all, dog, I'm not watching the game because
Hunter Renfrow,
like Hunter Renfrow."
Hunter Renfrow.
I said, I'm not watching this game, man, because I am definitely afraid of what's about to happen. So I would DVR it and just go back and watch it later. I wouldn't watch it live. I wouldn't take myself through that.
Too much pressure.
Too much. Deshaun Watson, what he was able to do at Clemson was nothing short of amazing. Nothing short. Now, in comes the true freshman. And I like him. I call him Sunshine. Remember Sunshine from Remember the Titans? That's what I call him, man. There was a reason that Kelly Bryant made an exit stage left. There was a reason, bro. He wasn't gonna get no burn, dog. He just wasn't, bro. He wasn't.
But he was getting burned.
He was.
Then when he lost his burn,
then when
the youngster came in
he did
and started cooking, you wasn't about to get your burn back.
You wasn't about to get your burn back, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, fire had been cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested in getting your thoughts on this game Monday night in Santa Clara, California.
Well, first of all, I just want to say congratulations.
Yes.
To my Tigers for once again.
Yes, indeed.
Making it to the college playoffs.
Absolutely.
And getting back to the big show.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, I'm even more excited because I'm going to be at that game.
Hey.
And I'm going to be watching.
Yes, it did.
Live and uncut.
That's big.
So
That's big.
It won't be any turning away from the television.
No, you can't.
You
can't.
You stay. I'm gonna stay in my feelings.
Yes.
I'm gonna
stay
there
right there
because I'm gonna be right there.
You got the press pass and everything. Be on
yes,
the field.
indeed. Hooked up.
I didn't take it that far.
Right.
Okay.
Of course.
If
course.
anybody's listening, this is gonna be the first of very few people that even know I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
So
got you.
That's how I was
got
keeping
you. Got you.
No,
you.
no fanfare. No.
Yeah.
No exciting.
Just go enjoy the
activities. Just
go enjoy the ball game.
Enjoy the ball game.
There it is.
That's it.
There it is.
Absolutely. But I think it's gonna be a great game. Right now I'm not gonna say I'm able to predict what's gonna happen.
Sure.
Because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
But what I do know is with Trevor Lawrence,
man, special. Trevor Lawrence special.
I could be the first one to say I wasn't truly buying into the hype before he got there. It was like, I saw some highlights. Like, this kid's good. Okay, all right. He's breaking Deshaun Watson's records in high school. That's great. But what's he gonna do when the real bullets fly? That if you go back to that Texas A&M game,
yes, sir.
It was a dogfight. Now it was early in the season.
No
Don't get me wrong, but it's the best defense that we were gonna face at least for about 6-7 weeks.
Sure.
And
another SEC defense.
Yes.
As well. Absolutely.
And Lawrence looked a little rattled in his time in
Absolutely.
there. And if you go back and look at that game, we had to have KB bring us out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He brought us home with that.
Run game was strong.
But after my man has gotten his feet wet, oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Now I can't compare him to Deshaun because he's not Deshaun.
No, he's not Deshaun.
I will not go
not yet.
as far as to
not
say
yet. Can't go there.
he's the athlete that Deshaun is. But as far as a guy with an arm, it's got NFL written on it.
Yes,
it's not a big NFL, but it's
right.
It's a little NFL stamp on
little
the back
baby
of that
one.
arm.
He ain't got the stars. He just got the
He got it.
Yeah.
My man can make all the throws.
Yes, he can.
I mean, all of them.
Yes, he can.
Deep ball, short ball, and he's accurate.
Yes, he is.
And the kid is poised.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be truly amazing to see what happens 2 years from now and what he's going to develop into. So we got ourselves a ball game, and I think Alabama knows that. Yeah. And they might be a little bit nervous with this kid, just a little bit.
Yeah, tap it.
So Quentin Williams won't be like,
I
good. I'm not gonna say. I almost said something I ain't should have said about the quarterback.
I good. We gotta understand too. This dude is a freshman, guys. We gonna see 2 more years of this, at least. So that's scary. That's scary in the way.
Still got more time to mature in his body.
Still,
everything.
and that's scary because you look at him now, and and I'm just speaking strictly as a passer of the football, nothing else, just as a passer, like you mentioned, making all the throws. He's amongst, from what I see, quarterbacks that are coming out, he's as good, if not better, than the quarterbacks that are going to come out in this draft.
Oh, for sure.
Throwing the football.
Sure.
Just throwing the football, making the throws.
Yeah.
Not talking about anything else. I mean, come on, bro.
Touchdown.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Eric Ebron. Okay. Oh, he dropped it. Yikes. Yikes.
It's playoffs.
It's playoff time, baby. But, getting back to Trevor Lawrence, he can make all the throws, bro. So it's like Alabama as a defense, and we can't sell short their defensive front. They are good. They're really good. They got some D tackles that's gonna play on Sunday. I personally think the whole front seven in Clemson is gonna play on Sunday. That's just me. I think all four D linemen will suit up on Sundays. So
seems like the draft is heavily D-line.
D-line linebackers, yes, definitely. Rush D ends, absolutely.
Yeah.
No question. It's super heavy.
Yeah.
Leaning toward, D-line and
according to Kuiper and
I
McShay and
don't
all
listen
those
to them,
experts.
I'm not even gonna go there, dog.
Expert.
Yeah.
I don't buy into it.
Pooey. Pooey. Not gonna go there, man. But it's poised to be an exciting football game. Getting both teams pretty much out of their element coming all the way to the West Coast. We're talking 2,500 miles at least for the both of them. Coming all the way to the West Coast to play this football game.
No advantage.
Outside. Zero advantage for anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm a 49er fan. I've been in that stadium several times. There's no advantage in that building at all. It's an open air stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no crowd noise advantage, anything like that. It's nothing. Like it's you basically walk into the stadium from the street, from the parking lot. You bam, right into the stadium. You got a little set of stairs and you're in. So, like I said, it's going to be an exciting football game. I can't wait to see it. I still haven't picked a winner yet, dog. I can't yet, bro.
Oh, we have to.
We'll do it at the end of the show.
We on the show.
At the end of the show, we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll do it at the end of the show.
Don't do it at home. Do it right now.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we got a guest here, and we need to get some insight, and we want to get some insight about your playing career, starting in college at Clemson and then on to the NFL, man. How was your adjustment first coming from high school into college?
Wow. Well, I think as most freshmen that were in my position or similar positions coming in, you're top recruit, highly recruited.
Yeah.
And, you're excited for a new challenge.
Of course.
And you feel like, you've heard all these great things because that's what they do. They woo you.
Yeah.
Everybody tells you great things. Everybody loves you,
Mm-hmm.
till you get there.
Till you get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Things change.
One thing I can say about Clemson is they were open, honest, and upfront and truthful about everything. Because back oh God, that was a long time ago. So back then, coming out of high school, I wasn't a linebacker. A lot of people don't realize that. I started off as running back.
Oh wow.
And I played mostly free safety, a little cornerback.
Okay.
Until my senior year, 3 games in is when I made the switch to linebacker, and it was like, oh Lord, I get more action in here.
That's right.
Yeah,
this is fire.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with the position, and Clemson was one of the few schools that said, "Hey, listen, if you come here, we'll give you opportunity to play whatever you want to play." Mm-hmm. Now, at the end of the day, you have to be fair with us and open and honest with yourself.
That's right.
And play the best position that you're fit for. Mm-hmm. But we'll give you the opportunity. And your school, Florida State, on the other side, I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
I'm listening to this, bro.
So Bobby Bowden, one of the greatest college coaches.
No
of all
question
time.
about it. No question.
I'm sitting in his office on a recruiting visit, and I love Florida State. Don't get me wrong, Clemson was my school growing up, but I loved Florida State. I knew there was some trophies and a lot of fanfare coming through that building, especially during that time in the 90s.
Yep.
And I'm in his office, and we're watching practice. And he's like, so, how do you feel, son? And I'm like, Coach, I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, I love Florida State. Y'all done brought me out, had my jersey in the locker and all that, everything set up the way it's supposed to be set up, when you're a top recruit. Made me feel real good about myself.
That's right.
And he looked at me and said, now, I know you want to play linebacker, but, son, you're not going to play. Yeah. And I'm like, what you talking about, Coach? He's like, well, he said, I know you're good. You're really good. And I know you can play the position. But right now, you're not going to play. You play strong safety for me. You on the field right now. I'll put you out there right now. I said, well, I ain't graduated yet, Coach. He said, as soon as you graduate, you can right now. And I said, well, why can't I play linebacker? He said, well, you can play it, but you're going to have to sit for a couple of years. I said, well, I don't want to sit, Coach. That doesn't suit me.
Right.
I said, I'm good enough. I'm going to beat your guy out. He said, you can be just as good. You may even be a little bit better than this guy, but you're still not going to get on the field. And I said, well,
wow.
Who are you talking about? Who is this guy? I say, well, look over there. Now, you see that number 55 right there?
Yeah, Mr. Brooks.
55. That's how I said it, 55. I said, who is that? He said, that's Derrick Brooks.
Derrick Brooks, dog.
He's pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't know exactly who Derrick Brooks was.
Right.
But when the hindsight's 2020, 10 years later, I look back and I say, I would never play.
That was that guy.
I wouldn't play.
That was him.
And because he hit it right on the head. He said, you can be just as good as this guy, but you're still not going to play.
Not going to play.
And
wow.
Derrick Brooks is why I wasn't going to play at Florida State.
Derrick Brooks was pretty damn good.
And at that moment, that pushed me over to decide right then I was going to Clemson.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want to play now. I don't want to wait 1 year. I don't wait 2 years. I want now.
Right now.
And Clemson was that school. It's like you, the quarterback, running back, whatever. We don't care. Just come. We'll get you on the field. We'll give you the opportunity to play whatever you want to play. And that brought me to Clemson. And it couldn't have been a better decision because anyone that knows Clemson and understands, the tradition that's been in the program, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, it's like a family.
Yeah.
You do what you're supposed to do while you're there, and you always welcome. Yeah. Anytime, any day.
That's right.
Any year. It could be 5 years later. It could be 20 years later. And it still has that feeling to today. And when I see, people talking about Dabo and how much he loves the fans and the players, it's real. Like, it's not a show. It's not an act. It's real. Like, I had time to spend with this man and feel his energy and listen to some of the things he says, and it's real genuine. Yeah. And you can take that and believe it, or think whatever you want to think with it, but it's the God's honest truth.
True story.
That there's no other place in the country that I'm aware of. And everybody, loves their alma maters and loves their schools. But when it comes to feeling like a true family, it doesn't get any better than Clemson, man. My heart pumps orange.
Yes, indeed.
Now, when he said you could play strong safety for him, not linebacker, what was some of the discrepancies you had with that?
It was that it wasn't that I was thinking, because as a young man,
SS is almost like a mini linebacker.
It is
mini linebacker.
It
Mini
is.
linebacker.
Yeah. And it's funny because I actually played strong safety in the All-Star game that year, and it was the first time I played strong safety, and it was like, it's kind of like a outside linebacker hybrid. You get rolled into the box,
of course,
every now and then. But when you play linebacker, you live in the box.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You breathe in the box.
Yes, sir.
And you can die in the box.
Yes, you can. You can lose your life in the box.
It's no easy hustle playing in the box. And
That's right.
I think what people don't realize is that back then, Clemson was old school football. We ran a 34 defense,
Yes,
true
sir.
34 defense.
Yes, sir.
So you got one defensive tackle on the field, and that's it.
That's it.
And I played inside. So I'm lined up over a guard open.
All the
And
time.
you had to be a real man.
Yes,
So
sir.
I had to do some growing up and growing up fast.
ASAP. Yeah.
But I went through some painful times, and I just remember those growing pains because back then when I got there, I was about 204, 205.
Ugh.
I mean, real fast, but now I
Yeah.
ain't have a whole
Ain't
lot
have
of
a
meat.
lot of weight on
not
your
a lot
butt.
of meat in the hole.
Yeah.
So I
Yes,
had
sir.
to bring it up and put it on quick.
That's right.
But it was a great experience. Like I said, I wouldn't change anything for the
That's
world.
right.
I love my school. I love the tradition. I love the history. I love the feel. I love the family.
That's right.
And it's always gonna be there.
And it's funny, man. Again, being a Florida State fan, but you watch other schools, and I tend to pay attention to crowds. Like that's like my big thing. Like when I watch games on television or get a chance to actually go and be there, I pay attention to the crowds. I pay attention to the student section specifically. But with Clemson, if you're at a home game in Death Valley, bro, especially at night home games at Clemson, unbelievable. They do this tradition, and of course you can speak on this, the bus ride tradition, where they run down the hill. They get on the bus, circle the stadium, and come to the opening where they run down the hill before the game. That is the best intro in college football ever. There's nothing better than that. Nothing. I've seen nothing personally better than that. It's unbelievable. Like you get goosebumps, bro, watching it. You don't have to be a fan of the team. You don't have to be a fan of the school. But watching that, no, it's unbelievable. It's by far the best college football intro I've ever seen in my entire life. It's nothing better than that. I'm even including dropping the spear at the 50-yard line for my Florida State Seminoles. I'm even including that. I'm gonna be totally honest, bro. And I get goosebumps seeing that.
Yeah.
But that Clemson intro is hands down, bro.
See,
I gotta be objective, bro. I have to.
I can't say I've ever been on the other side of it because I was involved in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was
part of it. He was right there.
And I can say that it's hair raising. Because
Yes.
even every week doing it, it's like the first time going out
Man,
there. And
come
and
on,
when
bro.
that door opens and
Nervous. Just
It's
shaking.
the crowd in the Red Sea
It's
part, and they let you go out the
90,000
bus
people in
and you
this
hit that-
building.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
It's nothing like. But talk about Florida State.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm gonna make some people maybe get a little bit upset with me for admitting this. So my freshman year, and we play at Florida State, and so I've always heard the drums and
Oh, man. War chant, baby. War
and
chant,
I'm like,
baby.
that's gangster. That's
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
Like, I get down with it. But I'm here as an opposing player.
Yeah.
I'm an opponent. I'm coming here to try to get a victory.
That's right.
And we stand on the sideline for the introduction. And man, when Chief comes out on that horse,
Oh, boy.
oh,
It's special.
oh,
It's special.
I mean,
It's special.
I'm not a horse person to start with, but it was my first time being up close and getting a personal look at a real Clydesdale,
Yes.
a true beast.
Yes, sir.
And that horse rolls up with Chief on the back. And I don't know who Chief was, at the time, but
Right.
he wasn't no little dude.
Right.
Like
Right.
he wasn't a little dude.
Yeah.
That's some size on it.
And he comes up and he rides down the sideline and he stops in front of our sideline. He looks at us.
Oh, wow.
And he's already, 6 feet up.
Wow.
Above us on the scores. And then the guy had to be 6'2", 6'3" at times. So he's looking down at us and then he gets the mean mug. And then he rides off. And he comes back with the spear and light it on fire. He looks at you one more time, look down, and then he throws that thing in the ground and ride off, and
man.
that crowd goes crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The hair stood up on my
Yes,
arms. I
yes,
was like,
yes. And Doe
I
Campbell
didn't
gets
want to
loud.
say
Yeah.
anything, but I'm like, is anybody else thinking this is kind of gangster?
Yeah.
Doe Campbell Stadium gets loud. It's
real
it's,
loud.
it's similar to
Mhm.
Death Valley. It gets loud.
Yeah.
And just like he mentioned, when Chief comes out on that
And he came by in mean mug.
Yeah.
I mean, he just
Yes.
looking down at you like, who y'all think?
yeah. Y'all think
Yeah.
you're gonna beat us?
Say
Yeah.
something.
Say so.
Yeah, man. Real quick, man. Shout out to my frat brother Joe Nixon, man, who played with Derrick Brooks at Florida State. Just crazy, man. Crazy, man. You may have You might have seen Joe. Joe's been on the show several times, man. He's actually a scout in the CFL now, man, with Saskatchewan, with the Rough Riders now, man. So shout out to Big Joe Nixon, man, our guy. Salute to you, bruh. Moving on now into your pro career. Again, like we said, 7 years with the Seattle Seahawks. How was your experience being in Seattle, number one, and then coming in as, as a rookie, from Clemson, where, you're pretty much, spoon-fed. They gave you everything, and then now having to start all the way over again, being the low man on the totem pole, man. How did that work out for you?
Man, it was a interesting and rough ride.
Yes, sir.
So I was their number one pick.
Mhm.
And I remember at the time there was a couple of big names out there. Randy Moss,
Yes, sir.
Peyton and all those guys,
course.
quarterback position. But during this time, everyone had the expectations that Seattle was going to take Randy with the 15th pick.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. They took me.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect to be picked by Seattle
Sure.
myself. So it was a bit of a surprise for me.
Yeah.
But hey, I was happy. I'm like, all right, 15
Absolutely.
pick, cool. I made it. I'm here.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do this.
yeah.
And I remember getting on that plane, my first trip going out there. And my agent was like, just don't read the news. Don't do this. I'm like, man, I'm going to see what these. Oh, man.
Oh,
I
boy.
should have never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told you.
People were real upset.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever been talked bad about until that point.
Wow.
And I hadn't even stepped on the field.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
this is what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they
Wow.
were upset. Like, who is this
Wow.
bum? Why did I take Randy?
Yeah, what is going on here?
I'm like, wow, I thought they would be excited.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Nothing
wasn't
close.
excited.
Nothing
As
close.
I thought they would be. And to make things boot for the worse. So, I go up and I'm having a decent camp.
Mm.
And it's the first preseason game.
Mhm.
My first series in the game.
Oh, boy.
And I tear my PCS out the gate.
Yikes.
It goes from bad
Oh,
to
oh,
worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Injury prone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You getting that
Here we
tag
go.
right now. Injury prone.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
waste of a draft pick. It's
Yikes.
just like, man. And to top it off, it's raining every day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I-
Oh, yeah.
I-
Sleepless in Seattle.
so my first year was a rough year. It just to make things even more difficult outside of having to learn a new system.
Mhm.
A new league. You quickly learn that everybody's good.
Sure.
When teams are bad, people think, oh, they got all these bad players. Well,
Right.
they really don't.
Yeah.
You're talking about these are on this earth. This is the best of the best.
No
Like,
question.
That's what I tell people. They call these players bums on the page. He's a
Yeah,
bum. I said,
yeah.
man, look,
Yeah. You make it to the
watch
show.
your mouth.
You make
Watch
it to the
your
show.
mouth.
He may be a bum in comparison to,
Yeah.
but that ain't no bum.
No.
Dog.
that just-
No.
it's that misconception. It's like, okay, when you get the best of the best together, there's gonna be some cream that rises to the top and far
Absolutely.
exceeds,
Absolutely.
the rest of the milk. But milk ain't sour
Oh,
by
no.
any
Oh,
means.
no.
You
Oh,
can
no.
you can put that milk on a different level. And
That's
it's gonna
fresh.
Shine.
Mhm.
And I think people kind of take that for granted. They think, this is just a bunch of. I'm like, no, these you talking about? This is the best on earth. You're not gonna find many men that can fill these shoes.
Absolutely.
And in comparison, that cream will make you rise to the top in your
Exactly.
play. Yeah.
And then now every now and then, they say unicorns aren't real,
Hmm.
but sometimes you find them.
Yeah.
And they end up in the NFL.
That's
And-
right.
And that
That's
and,
right.
and that's a different breed. So
Yeah. No doubt.
we won't go there. But just coming in with just the challenge of trying to fit in and find out where I fit in the league, and learn the system and understand the game and just take my game to the next level.
Yeah.
It was really hard. Because like I said, I got injured the first preseason game. So I'm down at the start. And now I'm reading all these bad things about how it was a bust, this and that. And so it's like, all right, this is rough.
Yeah.
On top of the 98 days straight of rain that we got that first year.
98 days.
In a
It
row.
was unreal.
Just in a row.
Couldn't believe it. I couldn't be more depressed in my
Yeah.
life.
Wow.
So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna scratch this first year. It's a learning experience. We'll come back next year. And the next year,
Was that the first time you've ever been injured?
First time I ever missed a game, injured in my life.
Wow.
It was-
Wow.
That was a difficult part.
And just to put that into perspective, like football is a brutal game. It's a brutal game. We watched Tiger Woods go through several back surgeries playing golf. Now, this is a non-contact sport. Several back surgeries for Tiger Woods. We're talking about many car crashes every play.
Mm-hmm.
And this man had not been hurt up until that point. Miss significant time. I mean, it's the difference between being hurt and injured. Everybody's playing hurt.
Yeah.
You gotta
But
get back.
he hadn't been injured till his rookie year in the NFL, man. That's crazy. That's a testament to
And
you.
that had to be something that you had to deal with because I'm like, man, I ain't never been hurt before.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely. That could really mess with your mind if you allow it.
Exactly.
I mean, again, that's a testament to you, how well you take care of your body. I mean, it's obviously a little luck in there, but overall, that's a testament to you and how you take care of your body and how you prepare.
Exactly. I think people do take for granted when we watch this game on Sundays, and because every now and then, I hear commentators or even in fact coaches, they'll kind of knock guys for getting hurt, and it's like, bro, for real?
Yeah.
I
Come on,
like
man.
put you in the closet with
Right
4
now.
300-pound
Ugh.
men for 3 hours,
Yeah.
Ugh.
and let you grind it out,
Yeah.
and you come out unscathed and do that every day, week in and week
Look,
out.
man, I played JUCO. I played JUCO football, and that going from high school to college, that I have never seen people move so fast across my face in my entire life. That was crazy. It was as an 18-year-old kid, you know that the speed isn't going to be the same in high school, but you don't think it's that damn fast. I'm watching people zoom across my face like, yo, dog, I need a redo. I need a timeout, dog. I need to go back. Let me do this over.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's fast.
Everybody.
The big guys, the little guys. They're
And we-
fast.
Yes, and we just talking JUCO level. So you talking Division I NCAA football right now in the ACC. Imagine what this dude is seeing there, and then on to the NFL. You talking linebackers moving like receivers, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That's not fair. That's not fair on no level. But these are finely tuned athletes, man, and we have to understand what the type of condition they're in, the type of training that they go through. My little cousin, Brandon Marshall, plays for the Denver Broncos. And to see him work out is like, yo, come on, man. Like, that's like humanly insane, dog, what you doing right now. Like, come on, man. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Right.
You're just not.
Right.
And we talking about, one of the best at his position, at inside linebacker. But you talking, your DeAndre Hopkins, your Antonio Browns.
He just got hurt too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, he just
That's
got
tough.
Oh.
Yeah, Colts already up 21-0 if you're not paying attention to this football game.
Ouch.
I told people, man, you talk bad about Andrew Luck, man. He heard y'all talking, man. He heard y'all talking about him. Calling him a bus. Like, come on, guys. He got hurt. Guys. Come on. Let's pipe down, man. Get a guy a chance, man. You gave him an inkling of a running game. He's had the number one defense for the past 8-9 weeks. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season long. He might get sacked right here. No. Oh, God. Oh, caught out of bounds, though. But back to you in your playing career, in Seattle, moving on, on into your second and third year. What was the adjustment like? Going from your rookie year, saying, okay, I got it now. Battling the PCL injury, moving on into your second year. How did you approach that?
Things happen for a reason. And some things are a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
So the difficult part was I had never missed any significant time.
Sure.
You know, a play here or there, you get banged up and
Right,
you got to
right,
play.
right.
But I never talk about missing a game.
Right.
I never missed any time.
Right.
And that was it. It was deep
Yeah.
because of the challenge that I had to face. You know, being the number 1 pick and having all these high expectations, and then all of a sudden the season hasn't started. I'm first preseason game.
Yes. Yes.
I get hurt, and it's like, oh man, it's going from bad to worse.
Yeah.
They already
You hearing it? Come on, Rook.
yeah.
Come on, Rook.
It already, you know, it was like they weren't expecting for me to arrive, and then when I do arrive, I'm out.
I'm out.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But I did, you know, I did take advantage of that time and really had a chance to examine and study the game away from it without being directly a part of it.
Sure.
So that helped me out going into my second year. Now, albeit I did come back mid-year and make a few plays still my rookie year and was able to play, but you know, I wasn't able to have the impact that I believed that I could make.
Yeah.
And so for a lot
Fully
of people,
healthy.
you're right. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
So people will label me as a bust and that's and that, and you know, why didn't we pick Randy? You see, if we had to pick Randy,
Of course.
you know,
Of course.
and it's just like, oh, you got to listen to all those things. But I didn't let that discourage me and take me away from what I came to accomplish. So my second year, I was able to come back, you know, full stride. I ended up having to move to inside linebacker, which I wasn't too thrilled about.
Right.
But I'm like, hey, this is where I'm gonna play.
New challenge.
I'll play it, you know. And I took things in stride. So I had a pretty decent year. After that second year is really where things started to pick up for me. The bad part is our coaching staff got fired. So it's like my second year. I'm like, okay, now I'm getting it. Oh, wait a minute. New playbook?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
New
terminology?
New terms.
Dang. Oh, I got to
Was
learn
that
this
the
all over again.
Holmgren regime?
That was the Holmgren regime.
Yep.
And it went from a
Sean
players
Alexander and all
coach
of them
team to a
military style.
Yeah, getting close to. I don't want to say North Korea like, but
Yeah.
we was close. You know,
Yeah.
It's intense management with all the hats up top.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it's just a different feel. I remember distinctly when they came in having the conversation. At the time, linebacker coach, I was his first name. His name was Jim. Jim comes in, meets with me. He said, "We need to talk." And this is right after Holmgren signs, and it's during the off season. And he's like, you know, you're one of our guys that are on the bubble. And I'm like, the bubble?
The bubble.
What do you mean? He said, well, you know, we don't know if you're gonna fit in. I was like, I'm on the bubble, like you. What?
Cut me?
Right.
Put me on waivers.
And me, you know, I was a smart ass, especially a young man. I'm like, y'all just put a whole lot of money in my pocket. I know I'm not on the bubble.
Right.
Ingrid, throw this
like
away.
I'm a top
I didn't say
15
that,
pick right
but
now.
I'm just thinking that. I'm like, how's this man gonna come in and just say I'm on the bubble? This is the first thing he says to me. It wasn't, hey, how you doing? You know, like, as a player, nothing about my skills, what I need to work on. It just comes and say, hey, you on the bubble. And so that ticked me off. And I'm like, well, all right, fine. And say, so we need you to stay here this offseason and train. I said, well, that's not gonna happen. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I got the best trainer in the world. And he's back home, and that's where I'm going. I said, I'm not going to work as hard as I'll work at home. And he's like, well, you're going to that's taking a risk as being a guy on the bubble. And I looked at him. I said, well, I'm willing to take that risk. Is that all we got? Yeah, that's it. And left, just like that.
Yeah, you was a smart ass. I like it in you, though, bro. I like it, dog.
So I remember going home, and I'm thinking, you know, I really got to work my ass off now.
That's right. That's right.
Because this guy's, I'm sure he's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, no
he's
doubt.
real hot. After
Cooking.
that conversation. Cooking.
If you come back
In
nowhere
any bit of out of shape, oh, man. You're going to hear it every day.
Big time.
Yeah.
But I did it. And I went home with fierce intent.
Sure.
You know, there was nobody within my group that was going to be stronger, faster, in better shape than me.
That's right.
And it wasn't. And I just took that approach every year. And after that first year, I had a great third year.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you might not be on the bubble.
Yeah, take him. Take him off the bubble.
Take him off the bubble, coach.
Might not be on the bubble anymore.
Yeah.
But the challenge didn't get any smaller because after that third year, defense coordinator tanked again. Fired. So I'm like, another playbook.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it because I'm feeling good about myself. Like, man, I done really get to my best year I've had this year. It's about, I got 2 more years and got a money year coming up. Like, hey, I'm trying to do this. And all of a sudden,
out.
They fired a defense coordinator, and it's just like, man, I got to start over again.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about I'm there. This is my 4th year, and 3 different times.
3 different playbooks.
3 different playbooks, 3 different coordinators starting over. But that's the blessing in disguise, because by the time that 3rd one came along, I had played in every defense you could play in.
Yeah.
Couldn't fool me.
And experienced, every different concept, that football had. And so whether it was, man blitz concept, the zone blitz concept, the 34, the 4-3, the 44, everything I've been a part of. So it was real easy for me to pick things up after my 3rd year. And to learn a new playbook was nothing. Because it was like, all right, once I learned terminology, that's it. I know all the basic concepts.
Right. Yeah.
It's rock and roll.
Right.
But the X factor is those injuries. And so my 3rd and 4th year went bad. I had a high ankle sprain. My 4th year that really, I really was nervous about because it was my contract year and I missed significant time again. But at the end of the year, we had that talk and Holmgren calls me and he's like, listen, we really want you here. Do you want to be here? We'll sign you. And it's like, yes. And so I signed my 2nd contract with those guys after my 4th year. And it was like, all right, now we ready. Let's do the business here. Let's show the league what I'm all about. And I had another really good year. And the thing that was disappointing about my 5th year was that it was one of my best years on record. It was one of the best in the AFC West. And because we sucked and we were Seattle, I got no fanfare and no plug for it. And so I'll never forget at the end of the year, they talking Pro Bowl and these things and that. And they're like, oh, dude, you might. I was like, no, I ain't worried about all that.
And just real quick for those that are confused, he did say AFC West. There was a time that the Seattle Seahawks were in the AFC West, guys. There was a time.
Yes. And I remember having really, really good numbers. And they came out, and there's a guy by the name of Junior Seau.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, God.
Great linebacker.
Oh, God.
Great. Especially on television.
Oh, man.
Now, when you are looking at him as a player, it's like, man, that dude is unbelievable. But why is he blitzing? That was a cover 2. But that was Junior Seau. He got the freedom to do things like that. And it was just like, holy moly.
Yes.
Let me get in that defense.
Yeah. Right. Just do what I want.
Let Liberty to blitz whenever I just feel the urge to.
Yeah. What the DC talking about.
Hey, cover for me.
I'm going.
And I'll never forget. He had some. His numbers weren't as up to par as mine were, but he made the Pro Bowl. Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's not fair." I'm like, that's the league. Ain't nothing fair about the league. Like you want to make it, you got to win. Number one, you got to get the W's, get to the playoffs, and earn that respect. And I'm like, Seattle, at the time we didn't have that respect. We'd win some games, and we had decent teams, but nothing above average. We made the playoffs, and I can't say that's being average. Yeah. But as far as making any noise, we didn't. Not when I was there. And the good times didn't start rolling until the year after I left. But I just think that my time there with the challenges that I had only made me better as a person and as a player, because I could have easily given up and just, waved the white flag. That's it.
Right.
So you retired Seattle Seahawks?
Technically, I did not.
Right.
So I signed with New Orleans. My 7th year, I blew my wrist out. I had my wrist reconstructed. A nasty, about 04. That was a nasty surgery. Took me a year and a half to recover. And then so a year out, and that following off season, I signed with New Orleans. And it's right after Katrina.
Yes.
And I've been to New Orleans a few times. Of course, I hadn't been after a major, devastating natural disaster.
Yeah.
And I get there, and I'm in a hotel, and I call the order room service. I don't know if it's my first day there. I'm like, can I get the balsamic chicken.
Yeah.
Like, hold on for a second. Nah, we don't have the chicken. All right, can I get the steak? Hold on for a second. Okay, we don't have steak. I'm like, oh man, going down the line. I was like, well, what do you guys have? We got milk and we got cereal.
Yikes.
And I'm like, what?
What is going on here?
I said, okay.
The food supply.
First night there.
Wiped out.
You
Nothing.
know, I'm really oblivious to everything. You only get what you can see on television.
Sure.
And they don't ever give us the real deal.
Oh, no.
So I go out and about the next day. I'm like, I'm going to find a meal today.
Yeah.
And I go to a grocery store and stop. Nothing. They got nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, man, for real? I go to a restaurant. I stop the guy's like, man, we got nothing. Wow. I go to another store. I got nothing. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
And the guy said, honestly, he said, they cut our supply lines off. We don't know why, because they can get through now, but they're not coming through. So they're not even letting them bring food through. Wow. And then he's like, and then on top of that, we don't have enough people to even work. So we can't serve. We don't have food. They cut the distribution lines off, so we're not getting getting anything in. So you stuck with dry goods, you know, canned foods, things like that. Wow. And a few places, you know, got milk and stuff. But, you know, it was a hard hustle. So I went through that for like the first week, my first week there. Yeah. And then things got better. Yeah. But I'm still in the hotel. 4 months later, they still can't find me a place anywhere in the city. And my only choice is stay in the hotel. And then, but finally, like the end of the summer, they found a guy I could room with and a roommate. And I'm like, man, I hadn't had a roommate since I was in college.
Right. What's going on?
You know, it's all right. I knew this guy played with him in Seattle. So I was like, it can work. And I did that for a month. And I left New Orleans after that off season in July. And I got back to Seattle. And I walked to my front door. And I looked back out that door as if I could see New Orleans. And I said to myself, I ain't going back.
It's a wrap.
I'm not going back.
I'm not doing it.
And
wow.
Nothing's better than home sweet home.
Look, it's funny, man. I went, my fraternity, we had our conclave in New Orleans, I want to say 2009. So we land, and you can feel the devastation from Katrina. Not see it at that time, because I mean, you know, flying over, you really couldn't quite tell. So we get down where our hotel is, you know, Canal Street, and there's a Harrah's hotel on Canal Street, like right before you get to the French Quarters, and you can see where the water was. Like they had like it was like stained on the building. Mm-hmm. You can see where the water line was.
I remember those.
It was the most unbelievable thing I had ever seen, bro.
Yeah.
Like buildings still abandoned. Like chalk outlines where bodies were. Like it was the most absolute devastating thing I had ever seen up until that point. Unbelievable. So when he talks about that, it kind of reminds me and rewinds me back, like, yo, the man not lying. And he was there closer to the end of Katrina, obviously. And this was 5 years later. We're talking 5 years after Katrina when I went. Yeah. You went like after the storm. Like it was right after.
It was, I think we were shielded from so much that happened there that it was just unbelievable from just the few things that I saw within my few months there. Sure. Outside of just having a tough time being able to find a place to live, get decent food. Yeah. You know, those first couple of weeks. You know, I'm the type of person I want to know where I'm at. I want to get out and see things.
Absolutely.
See what my backyard looks like. So I spent a lot of time just driving around. And you know, especially then, you know, I wasn't a little dude at that time. And I wasn't afraid to walk down any blocks. That's right. And be approached by any man.
That's around to find yourself in the Magnolia.
And I had never heard of so many guys getting robbed, you know, constantly. Yeah. that it was just unbelievable until I almost experienced it myself. But I'm pretty street savvy. I didn't grow up in the picket fence and
That's right.
with Hollywood in the
That's right.
background.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
I know how it is when to grow up in a little rough spot.
Yeah.
And so I'll never forget. I'm driving down a one-way street, and it's probably just 2 or 3 guys just kind of milling around in the road, and I'm like, all right, these guys move real slow. So I slow down, and then a couple more pop out, and they just stand in the middle of the road. I'm like, okay, I'm probably 60 feet away. And so I just stop, and I'm just looking. And I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yep.
Let me get up out of here.
A couple more guys come out, more and more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they think I won't go backwards on the one-way street.
Wrong. Got him. Get.
About a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Backtracking.
Backtracking.
I'm like, I know these guys aren't going to move. They're going to make me stop. I'm going to get robbed.
Right.
I'm like,
Wow.
I don't want to walk home.
No, we're not walking.
Yeah.
And I don't want
Wow.
to take chance playing my life because I'm no pushover.
Yeah.
That's right.
So after that, I'm just like, man, it's that bad. But
Yeah.
I had to think about it. I was in a place of privilege,
Sure.
and it was tough for me to find
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah. Yeah.
You talking about just the average citizen out here in the streets trying to survive?
They playing for keeps, G.
I heard. They said when you go down there for a Mardi Gras, if you go down the wrong street and turn the wrong corner,
Do it.
you getting it.
Lights
You getting
out.
it. It's a wrap.
Lights out. A lot of dark
I'm like,
alleys.
oh,
A lot
no.
of dark alleys.
Just stay where you at, bro.
Yeah, man.
Stay in your lane, bro.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, man.
Man.
Yes, indeed, man. Again, man, you're live with Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. Your host, Goose Thomas, man. My man, Bill Logan, and our special guest, man.
Yeah.
Former NFL linebacker, man. Anthony Simmons is in the building with us, man. If you want to give us a call up here, man, 702-608-3259, man. If you got any questions for Anthony, man. If you got any questions for us, just sports related,
Yeah.
give us a shout, man. We are into the NFL playoffs, sir.
Playoffs.
We are here. Right now, we're watching the Indianapolis Colts dismantle the Houston Texans in NRG Stadium right now in Houston, Texas. Houston just punts. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just let it go, dog. Just let it go, dog. Yeah, your offense is moving. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't
Somebody
let it
tried
go.
to knock him into
Tried
the
to get
ball.
him.
Yeah, they tried to get him.
I said prior to this game starting, I said, Andrew Luck, been hearing y'all talk this mess about him. He's going to have something to prove today. To the tune of 3 touchdown passes thus far. In this playoff, and I always say on Wild Card Saturday, it's my favorite single day of professional sports because I know something crazy is gonna happen. Because it's every time. Every time it happens.
So Tuesday,
Yeah.
we both picked the Colts,
Yes.
and you picked Seattle,
Yes.
and I picked the Cowboys.
Yes.
He picked Seattle too.
I definitely did.
we both 49er fans, so it's
Yeah.
All right.
But
Yeah.
just to get your take on these playoffs, who do you like, number one, to go all the way, both two teams? And who do you think will be a surprise, single player surprise in these playoffs?
Oh, man. Well, I got to go with my home team,
Of course.
Seattle.
Of course.
I got to.
Of course.
But now, as far as the surprise player, I think we getting a little peek at him
Getting
right
a little
now.
taste.
Yeah.
This
Getting a little
Andrew
taste
Luck
of him.
is on fire.
Yeah.
Getting a
Like,
little taste right now.
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
He's a real threat.
Big time.
If he can continue this play,
Boy.
I think a lot of people are going to be really surprised. I'm
In
not
some
saying the
trouble.
Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm
No,
not
no,
saying that.
No, not going there.
I'm just saying that if anybody's going to be afraid of somebody, I think he's the one player right now. If
Yeah.
people are looking like,
Sure.
And
I
you
don't
remember in his other playoff performances, he had time with Houston.
Yeah.
Houston, I think they beat him twice in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he's really wanting to. I know he's wanting to win this game bad.
Mhm.
And I'm just looking at their team as a whole right now. I've always said, stop giving Andrew Luck these running backs with names that are out of their prime. You give him Frank Gore. Well, Frank Gore was 58 years old at the time. And I'm a 49er fan. I'm a 49er fan, so you know I love Frank Gore.
But
But
with all due respect, though,
He
he did a decent job.
yes, he did, no doubt, he did.
For
He
an
did.
older
I
gentleman.
think he rushed for like 900 and some yards. That very first year that he got
Mhm,
there,
mhm.
and of course, he was used a little less the following year. But I mean, you got Marlon Mack now. Nobody saw Marlon Mack coming, so I don't want to hear, oh well, he got a running back now. Nah, you didn't see Marlon Mack
Well,
coming, just like nobody saw that.
Well, we all know there'll be a running back
Yeah,
available.
that's what I want to ask you
There'll be a running back available
about number
this
26,
this summer.
Mr. Le'Veon Bell.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that situation that went down?
Oh,
in
actually,
Pittsburgh?
they're talking about extending Big Ben too.
Yeah,
But the running back couldn't get.
nothing. Oh, they extended the kicker.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
He got a new deal.
Well.
Your best football player couldn't though. Yeah, that's deep.
But that might be a good look for Le'Veon right there.
Ooh.
In Indianapolis, you give Andrew Luck 26?
Ooh. That wouldn't be fair.
It kind of look.
I'm just gonna say that wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't.
I think right now the biggest issue, and this is kind of the NFL as a whole.
Mm.
The last 6-7 years,
Mhm.
running back has been looked at as expendable.
Mhm.
Expendable, position that you can use up, get 2-3 good years out of it, and then go to the draft and find something decent.
Mhm.
And not in the first round.
Right.
I mean, we're talking you can go rounds 3, 4, 5, and get a decent,
Yeah.
then good back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that has been a product of the game too, because it's kind of turned into a spread you out, run and shoot type
Sure.
offenses, and a lot of the pro I formation, like the old AFC West with
That's right.
Seattle,
Mhm.
Kansas
That's
City,
right.
and Denver
Mhm.
days.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just where you had a fullback.
Sure.
And then people were running the ball 10, 20, 30 times a quarter.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And I say with that what you just said, I said Emmett's record is never going to be broken
Nah,
because nobody's going to play that long ever again.
He just
Adrian Peterson is probably the last person that'll probably
that
play
could
this long as
possibly
running back.
break it. Yeah, absolutely.
You
And
know.
he just rushed for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At
At
age
33?
49?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, even 50. He's 50.
Yeah.
He's 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing. But I think it's just that perception that you can go out and find a running back at any time, and you can get something decent.
Yeah.
The draft pick has hurt a lot of the guys. And Le'Veon took a stance.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You're going to pay me.
Pay me.
Or I won't play.
And here's the funny thing about that, man. When you look at, because everybody look, and you can attest to this, obviously. Everybody looks at the contract and they see years, money. Oh, he gonna make $16 million a year, sir, ma'am. No, he's not.
They didn't look at the breakdown
You must look at the breakdown.
of that contract.
First of all,
it was nowhere near Gurley's.
not even close. It wasn't. I think they offered him something like $17 million guaranteed. Yeah, Gurley got 45. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But people have to understand that in the National Football League, if you don't play, you don't get paid. If you sit out, if you're hurt, you don't get a check that week. You ain't picking up nothing.
Wow.
And I don't think people really, really grasp that concept. Like, there has to be something done with, and this is why players cram for guaranteed money. This is why they cram for it.
D. Smith, please.
Come on.
Well,
Come on, man.
I could speak on that
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yes.
The problem is that you look at all the other sports.
Yeah.
We're talking about guaranteed money.
Yes.
You sign for $20 million
Get
basketball.
it.
You getting it all.
You getting $20 million.
Regardless.
You sign for $20 million baseball. You sign for $200 million.
You
baseball.
definitely getting that.
You getting that.
Yeah.
It'd be 30 years later. You 60 years old. You still getting it.
Shout out to Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
He has, like, I don't know what his lawyers did, but yeah, he's still getting paid by the Mets for some
But
reason.
with football, you can sign a $100 million contract. You can have about $5 million of that up in the first 2 years, and you get hurt about midway in that second year. You only made
I hope people
$5 million.
And I
hope-
make 100.
and I hope people on the page is listening to this.
Please,
because
I hope y'all listening, man.
They think that football players are getting guaranteed money. Well,
No,
that just doesn't that
you're
just
not.
happened recently
You are
with the
not.
$84 million deal with Kirk Cousins.
Right. He was the, like, that's the most,
Yes.
like, just like a fully guaranteed
Mhm.
contract that I had ever
Yeah.
seen.
It's unprecedented.
Yeah.
You know, and people do have that misconception because
Yeah.
they say, oh, this person signed $50 million or $20 million. Like,
Right.
yeah, they signed for that. But what was the guaranteed money? What's the
Yeah.
signing bonus? There's a reason why you see, you know, your great players get let go,
Mhm.
you know, 2-3 years into a big
Yes.
contract because they don't want to pay us. They don't want to pay that
Exactly.
money.
Yeah.
And when it comes time around for those bonuses and incentives to kick in, that's, hey, let them go. That's it.
Wow.
And then you got a guy like Le'Veon on the other side of the fence. He's like, well, I want my guaranteed up front
Up front.
and right now, or
Yes.
I'm not playing.
Yes.
Because as soon as I get hurt or something bad happens,
That's
I'm
it.
up the creek.
Yeah.
And I'll throw. I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm talking about it anyway. You know, a favorite player of mine in Seattle, Earl Thomas.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Great.
Let's talk about it.
Great
Excellent.
safety.
One of the,
The
best in the
best,
league,
if not
no
the
doubt.
best
No
in the
doubt.
league.
No question.
Yeah. Not the most refined gentleman,
Right. Right.
but heck of a football player.
No
You
doubt.
know, has a passion. For
You
the
can
game.
never question effort with Earl Thomas.
Loves
ever.
his team, loves
Yes.
his teammates. But, you know, when it came down to business, it got a little
Man.
sticky. And people had a lot to say about
Sure.
that situation.
Sure they did.
You know, and I'm not going to say anything negative or positive. I'm just going to keep it realistic.
Yeah.
The man wanted to get paid because of the exact situation that
That
happened
happened to him.
Exactly.
You know, that he didn't want to happen.
Yeah.
When he got
Is-
carted off the field that day,
You're going to go out on the field and you're going to put your neck on the line.
literally,
Knowing that, okay, I got to wait another 6 months or a year before they pay me and go out here and play when they should pay me right now because
Yep.
I'm doing much more than 99% of the
No
rest of the
doubt.
guys in my position in the
no
league.
doubt.
Yeah.
But the team took a stance and said, yeah, we're not going to give in. We're not going to do that because I get it. If you do it for one, then everybody,
Absolutely.
you know, it's going to feel like it has to happen. Well, whether you make an exception for one person position or the other, you know, that's on the team and the club.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the player and he makes that decision either to go on the field or go off the field.
Yeah.
Le'Veon made the decision to go off the field.
Sure.
So he saved his body. You know,
Yeah.
he's just
right.
waiting. Somebody will give me that chance. Somebody will pay me that money.
Yeah.
Earl loves the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Le'Veon doesn't love the game, but Le'Veon seems like he's a real businessman
Yeah.
about it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, considering what happened. Earl's a businessman too, but Earl has a passion for the game,
Yes, he
and it's
does.
really hard for Earl to stay away from the field.
And that's why he ended up coming back.
Mhm.
Last day of camp, he was like, "Yo, I
And-
missed the game. I want to play."
And he couldn't do it. He couldn't stay away from it. And he took that risk,
Yeah.
and he went out there.
Yeah.
And now look at what happened.
Yeah.
Broken leg. bro.
Broken leg out, missed the whole season.
Unbelievable.
No contract. Now what? Real easy for a team to say, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
pay you now."
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
So
It's a shady game, man. The NFL, professional sports as a whole, but particularly the National Football League, is dirty, bro. This is a dirty, dirty game, man. These dudes go out here and literally, like you said, risk their necks, legs, arms, wrists for this game
mhm.
and cannot get guaranteed money. I don't understand. You talking and this year
I
The-
understand.
it's like it's crazy.
Like he said, they don't want to pay them.
It's insane.
And you have to make a decision as a player.
Yeah.
Because I heard Ryan Clark talk about this. He said,
Yes.
"Man, we are independent contractors,
Yes.
and when it comes time for us to get paid or a second contract,
Mhm.
we have to think that way.
Wow.
And so if we go out here and play without a contract, get hurt, that's it.
Unbelievable.
So, Le'Veon Bell, he started looking at it, man, I'm an independent contractor right now. I really don't have a contract. I played through my contract. It's done. So I'm not going to go out here and play because I really don't want that 14-5.
Right.
I want
a
guarantee,
deal.
a deal.
That franchise tag is
Oh,
that's a no-win.
Yeah,
I mean,
it sucks.
people look at it like
the only
this.
winner in the franchise tag is a kicker.
They see that money and think, oh, he's gonna make 15 million or 17 million or whatever it is. It's
dog.
no, he's not.
No.
He can go out there and get hurt in that first quarter, that first game.
Yeah.
And that is it.
It's a wrap.
He got nothing.
That is not a guarantee.
No,
it's not
no
guaranteed.
money, nothing. He is a wrap. So
wish people understood that.
It's a risk, and then I think both sides are looking at it as a risk because you look at ownership and they think, oh well, this is football and guys get hurt and this and that, and right. Throw that money out there and then something bad happens. Well, the players got the same opposite point of view.
Yeah.
Why? I'm gonna go out here and risk it, and then something happens. Well, what's my fallback? I got nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll let me go at the end of the night. I got nothing.
Yeah.
So it's two sides of that fence, and people, I think they don't realize that the owners right now are winning in football.
Oh, they're
winning.
killing.
I know the NFL is its own entity, and this probably is the new news for a lot of people, because the NFL is a untaxed organization treated as a nonprofit.
Wow. 10
Did
billion
you
in
guys know
revenue.
NFL's a nonprofit organization.
Well,
Yikes.
in 20 what? 22 or 23 games?
Mm-hmm.
It's the highest gross sport
No doubt.
in all the sports.
No doubt.
Not 162, not 82,
No.
22. Come on, man. Come on.
Now, I know each team is their own entity and so forth.
Right.
But my reality opened up a few years back when, we had the big issue with the collective bargaining agreement.
Sure.
When Maurice first comes in, it's like,
Sure.
all right, we got this great leader, a savvy attorney, this and that. And generally, he's a really good guy. I've met him once.
Yeah.
When they were in the contract talks and the NFL was like, no, just down the line, I'm thinking, we about to have a lockout again? Like,
Yeah.
what?
No.
This is going to happen. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a few weeks before camp was supposed to open up. And Maurice, in the open, in the public, said, you know what, guys, we'll make a deal. Let us see the books. And you go back and look this information up. Let us see the books. I don't think it was 24 hours and they had a deal.
Wow.
And to me, that said, wait a minute. Open the books up? No. Here, you can have what you want.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That to me says,
Wow.
I don't think anybody really realizes and understands the kind of money that they are making
Yeah.
out there. Because
It's a
if they
lot.
weren't, it's like, why wouldn't you open the books up?
Yeah.
Of course.
You immediately go from no to, okay, well then open the books and then we can make a deal.
Yeah.
And no, here you go. You can have, this is what you guys wanted.
Wow.
Here, take it.
Wow.
No opening the books up. Can't let you do that.
Unbelievable.
No, can't open the books up.
No, we can't
Too
let you see
much will be
that.
revealed.
No, we can't let you see
Too
that.
much will be revealed.
We can't let you see that.
Right.
Here, here you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Here you go. We'll see y'all in 10 years.
That's some big money out there. It's in big
And that deal that they took was trash.
Yeah,
money.
yeah, it was. Turned out to be.
I heard they turned down lifetime health care.
See,
I'm like, what?
Yeah. If anything, that should have been the
Yes.
very first thing.
Yes. Yes.
Number one, before we start talking about money, let's talk about these doctor bills, dog.
Now, I will say there are some resources that are available to guys, but my bone to pick with that is if you don't find that information or somebody else doesn't tell you about it, they don't make it readily available. Like it's not, they're not advertising.
Right.
Yeah. And there's some great resources out there. I mean, even I can say right now that the NFL and the more specifically the trust fund is paying for me to go back to school.
Oh,
and they're paying the bill on my tuition, which is it's cool. That's awesome. But it took me 15 years to find that out. I found that out from a friend of a friend. He's like, wait a minute, they do what?
Yeah,
wow.
Let me call the executive officers real quick.
Yeah, man.
How did I not know about
Let me
this?
see something, dog. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sign me up with that.
Yeah,
Give me that.
right
Let me have that.
Right. I mean, there's other types of player here, but the bone that I do have to pick is I think a lot of some guys probably say you one of the old heads.
Right.
The guys even came before me that paved the way. I think they're really getting the wrong end of the deal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the benefits they're just totally excluded.
Sure.
They have no recourse of action to get much, if any, benefits, and that's bad because those guys weren't making a lot of money back then.
Right. Right.
And even worse is the advance in medicine wasn't there.
No.
So you blow a knee out in the 80s and the 70s, you blew a
deal.
knee out.
Yeah.
You
It's done deal.
done
Career's done.
Yeah, it's
for
done deal.
good.
Yeah. You out.
So I really, my heart goes out to a lot of those guys because they really are getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
It's getting better, but it's coming real slow.
Yeah.
Real slow.
Sure. Yeah, again, man, we are live, man, here. Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk, man, here at Guerilla Cross Radio, man. Shout out to Quan59, man. If you want to give us a call, man, give us a call up here, man. We ain't getting no calls today, bruh.
And I'm hoping
This is
some of
crazy.
you guys realize when you post stuff like that on the page about the
Yeah, man.
NFL, Le'Veon should
Man,
he
stop it.
he should honor his contract.
All right.
And they're getting paid guaranteed
Right.
money.
All right. If your job told you was gonna get paid a certain amount and you didn't, would you honor your contract? Would you show up?
Gone by lunchtime.
Come on, dog. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Give us a call here up here, man. 702-608-3259, man. We are right. The third quarter has started, been underway here about 5 minutes here in this Colts-Texans game, man. Colts still up 21-0. Texans are driving. A little over 7 minutes left in the third quarter in this one, man. I mean, we're well into this game now, but we do have a night game tonight.
Yeah.
man.
Well, we already know Seattle. Dallas.
I just kind of want to get your thoughts on game trends because we can pick winners. We can go with who we think will win. I'm a game trend guy. I like to separate and look at the game in pieces. And with this one, I think it's going to be the battle of the run games this evening. I really, truly believe that. Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, they've been getting it going here this last month or so. Of course, we all know Zeke Elliott led the league in rushing this year, well over 1,400 yards. A monster.
Big time.
What do you see happening in this Seattle-Dallas game, trend-wise, going forward?
I feel like it's going to be real slow to start. Like you said, a battle of the run game.
Yeah.
Who's bringing that will and that might up
right.
front.
That's right.
And who's going to impose it on the other team, and who's going to break down first.
That's right.
There's nothing bad I can say about number 21 over there in Dallas.
Oh, boy. Nothing. Not a thing.
I got to admit, he is my favorite running back in the league.
He's good.
He's real good.
He's real good.
He
dog.
is.
On the page this week, they was kind of trending him towards Emmett, though.
Really?
Oh, he's only good because of his O-line.
I mean, he has a tremendous offensive line. Let's not, get that twisted. But
No.
I think if you compare the two skill set wise, of course, Zeke Elliott probably the more elusive, probably the more athletic back out of the two. But that's not to short Emmitt Smith.
No,
the dude was great. How do you short that dude, man? I watched some old film Emmitt Smith. I watched some high school film from Emmitt Smith. That dude was phenomenal.
The dude was good on every level.
Every single
He
level.
was great on every level. So it's not like when he
Come
got to
on,
Dallas,
man.
he got good
just all
because
a
of the
sudden got
O
good.
line.
No, dude been nice.
Look
Dude
at the
been
history
nice,
of
man.
Emmitt Smith. You'll see.
And go mob to
Yeah.
to one Emmitt Smith, man. My fraternity brother right there, man.
Yeah.
University of Florida repping.
Uh-huh.
Yes, indeed, man. So what do you see game trend wise happening here in the Seattle Dallas game?
It's like I said, it's going to be a battle of the run game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel like the key is going to be the quarterbacks.
Yeah, buddy.
And it's going to be a fourth quarter game.
Yes,
It's going to come down to the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
Now, who's going to take that edge in the end? All day I got to ride with Russell Wilson.
Sure.
I mean,
If it's a matter of who
Yeah.
you trust more out of the two.
if anybody can pull magic out of the hat, it's Russell.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not knocking Dak.
No.
But Dak, he isn't the same type of player as Russell. I know they
Sure.
try to compare him and,
Sure.
and the skill set and
Right,
the size
right,
and so
right.
forth. Yeah, there's some similarities.
Sure.
But as far as when it comes to poise and making a play when it really counts,
Right.
Dak hasn't had that experience. And I'm not knocking Dak. He
Right.
just, he hasn't.
Right.
And he's
That's just facts. Yeah.
It's just he hasn't been in the league long enough. He hasn't had as many of the situations,
Right.
And he hasn't had the same amount of chances. And when he has had them, it hasn't been all that great.
Right.
Although he had some great moments. Like I saw last week.
Last week. Oh, that was
He
phenomenal.
made
That-
one of
that
the
was a
best
throw.
throws rolling to the left.
Oh,
thrown
wow.
On a rope dime. On
Pure
the
dime.
money.
Pure dime.
Like
Yeah, it was a great catch by Cole Beasley.
It was.
But there was no other place that the ball could be put.
No.
I mean, back of the end zone, there was no other place the ball could be put. Phenomenal.
And I mean that shows you his a little bit of his ability.
Yeah.
You know, but can he consistently do that?
Yeah.
Play in, play out.
Sure.
And can he do it in a big time game like this when
That's
it's
right.
the playoffs and
Yeah.
knowing you don't make the play, you going home.
That's
and
right.
That's it. And you got to watch everybody else
That's
until
right.
next year. Next year. You don't get to come back next
That's
week.
a
You got
long wait,
next
dog.
Year.
That's a long wait. And it's funny, man, when he came out of Mississippi State, of course, his knock and the reason why he didn't go, I mean, he went in the fourth round, people. Come on, man. His knock obviously was the DUI.
Mhm.
I watched him play in college, and I knew what he could do. I said, man, that fourth round, somebody's going to regret that.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to regret not picking him earlier than that. Dak is better than that.
Now his one playoff appearance,
Mhm.
he played great.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just got started late.
Yeah.
But his
Absolutely.
numbers, if you look at his numbers comparison to Aaron Rodgers' numbers,
Oh, yeah.
they were the same.
Yeah.
Maybe even better.
Probably.
His was probably even better.
Yeah.
So, I think when the playoffs come, and plus he's playing for, a contract.
Yes.
So
He's playing for the deal.
this is the game that he has to prove.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Oh, man. I'm really interested to get both of you guys' take on what I deem to be the game of the weekend, and that is San Diego going to Baltimore. I think that's the game of the weekend, bro. I really do. And this is what I meant when I said crazy things happen on this weekend. Preferably, wild card Saturday, but we're moving into Sunday with that game.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the San Diego Chargers go to Baltimore and win that football game, bro. I really do. I really, truly do.
That's your pick.
I do. I do. I do, man.
I think
do.
the youngster. I think the youngster keeps it going, man.
You think he
Lamar
can
is
rush
like-
the football 27 times
He's
against
done-
that defense?
I ain't gonna say 27 times, but he might get some timely big runs.
Okay,
the game.
yeah, I'm never going to take that
know,
away from Lamar Jackson. He
yeah.
carved Florida State up.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
in no position to talk.
Yeah, I don't
He
really
hung
think.
63 up on my
Yeah.
on my nose.
I mean, but-
have no room.
I mean, but if he has to run it 27 times, he can do it.
And
I don't know about against that defense.
he's
though.
young.
Boy, it's tough.
He's fresh.
Sure.
And I've had to watch him and bite my nails.
Boy.
Oh my God.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Louisville, this guy.
Special.
I mean, you're talking about somebody that 60% of the offense.
Unbelievable.
One player?
One dude.
One dude.
One guy.
60% of your offense. Think about that.
One guy.
I mean, you have some of the best players that
Yes.
maybe 10,
Yeah.
15, 20%.
15, 25 max.
60.
60.
That is unreal.
60.
And every week watching him, and I'm not a Louisville fan.
Yeah.
Right.
I just would watch the game
Just to see him.
just to see him, just to see what he was going to do.
Mhm.
And he never let you down.
Never.
No
Week
matter
in
what
and week out.
defense.
And the game that they play, it controls tempo.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
So
I think, and right
I'm
now,
gonna say Baltimore. So that's my pick.
I see
I would
that defense traveling, man.
the Chargers should
Dude,
win.
They should win the
But
football
I
game.
just don't think they're going to. Not with Lamar on that field.
Really?
If you watch him, he is moving much faster than
And their
everybody
defense
else
ain't
out
chopped
there.
liver.
Much
Sure.
faster.
Oh no, not at all.
And I can go back and think about when I saw the same phenomenon, back in my younger days. Remember when number 7 came
Vic.
to Atlanta?
Yes, indeed.
Michael Vick. This
Yeah.
kid's fast. Just look, he's a little bit
I
faster
think
than
he's
Michael
a little
Vick.
bit faster than Mike.
And I remember
Definitely
facing
quicker.
Vic, and
I
it
think
was
he's
just
quicker
like,
too.
what do you do? And people are going through that shock right now because this is his first year.
Yeah.
He didn't touch the field until midway.
Mhm.
You had no time to study this kid. You had no time to prepare for him, and you have no time to understand what kind of speed he has
Yeah.
until you're actually seeing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you look back at some of the great running quarterbacks we had, they have been almost unstoppable their first year.
Yeah.
Because nobody had a chance to prepare for them. Like
Right.
you don't know what to do against them yet.
Right.
And 6-8 games, that's
It's
not
not
enough
enough.
to
It's not
figure out how
enough.
to stop this.
Not even
kid.
for the best
Yeah.
DCs in the
No,
in the
yeah.
world.
So
It's not
that-
enough time.
I think that's the challenge that people are going to have.
Yeah.
And I don't think this kid is going to be able to take them all the way,
Mhm.
but he's going to make it past his first round.
Ugh.
He's going to make
Okay.
it past his first
All
round.
right, man.
And see, like I said, that the game that they play with the two-headed monster and him running the ball, it
Mhm.
controls tempo.
Sure.
So a lot of times he don't really have to take a lot of punishment because the two running backs are, they're just as capable
Right.
as of keeping the
Sure.
chains moving.
Sure.
You
So
know,
they're-
then all
they-
of a sudden he'll do one of these and just
Yeah.
he's gone.
Playing behind the chains is really going to be crucial in that football game because, like you said, you have great running games on both sides. Of course, with Melvin Ingram,
Mhm.
but I think we leaving out San Diego's receiving core a little bit in this, man. You
Williams.
got Mike Williams. I mean, you got Keenan Allen over there. They get Hunter Henry back off the knee injury. My old man JUCO teammate Antonio Gates is still gonna get some love at 38 years old. But I mean, we'll see.
But when do they turn it up? Because
Mm-hmm.
the last peak I got at San Diego didn't look
Right,
too great.
right, right.
They didn't look too great.
Right.
And that ain't,
Of course,
you never want to limp into the playoffs.
no,
Yeah.
you don't.
You know,
It's always the hottest team. They always want to be the hot team.
So when
No doubt.
you don't have that momentum going,
Sure.
it makes things a little bit tougher. Now they got to go on the road and face this man that
Yeah.
they really don't. Nobody has an answer yet. Because like I
Right.
said, we haven't seen enough of them to have an answer to
Exactly.
stop them. That's tough.
It was
Yeah.
kind of the same thing, with Colin Kaepernick. I mean,
Mhm.
Green Bay wasn't gonna stop him anyway because their defense just wasn't good. But I mean, you just didn't have enough time to prepare. You didn't know. And in this league, if you don't know, you're going home.
Exactly.
Simple, man. If you don't
Preparation.
know, you going to the house.
'Cause, I mean, you got to go back to what we touched on earlier. You're talking
Yeah.
about the best of the best.
Sure.
Now, you think about this young man, Lamar. He's by far the best running quarterback we've seen, I think, ever. At
I'm
least
not-
for now.
I'm
I know
not
it's
gonna argue.
It's not a lot. It's not a big body. Of
I'm
work.
not finna argue with
It's
you,
not
man.
a big body of work.
I'm
But
not.
when you see this man on a read option play, put that ball in the pocket and then pull it out, and no one's near him, and he runs 20 yards untouched for a touchdown.
The kid is phenomenal, man.
It's just
and puts his fingers up.
Mhm.
Put
Yeah.
that
On his
finger up
way
at
in.
the 10-yard line.
because he
My
knows
God.
nobody's near him, and he's got there that fast.
Man.
They're gonna throw in the next wrinkle.
Mhm.
You know, well now what's the next wrinkle we're gonna throw in? We're gonna quarterback draw. You know, what are they gonna do? You don't have time to prepare for that until you see it.
That's right.
And he throwing the finger up for a touchdown. That's 7 points. Now you down. You don't have time to recover from that in the playoffs. It's gonna be a hard hustle for anybody.
Yeah.
Hard hustle.
Absolutely. And I mean, I want to believe in Phillip Rivers so bad, bro. Like I really, truly do. You want to believe in Phillip Rivers. This team right here that I'm thinking of in recent memory. This is probably the most weapons collectively that he's probably had. Mike Williams is just coming along in these last maybe 5-6 weeks. Of course, he was injured all of last year, and he kind of worked his way in this year. Hunter Henry coming back off the knee injury. That's I mean, obviously he's been with Antonio Gates, that entire time. That's the best. That was his only tight end really. And Hunter Henry, I mean, you had big expectations for him, and he blows his knee out in minicamp. Like, I mean, come on. And now you got, of course, a healthy Melvin Ingram back. Like this set of skill spots that he has, if he can't do it with this, he's not gonna do it. He's just not. Keenan Allen, healthy. I mean, for that reason, for him having all of his weapons back collectively, for that reason, is the reason I want to go with Phillip Rivers. Not because of Lamar Jackson. I'm not even worried about that. I'm focused on Phillip Rivers finally getting over the hump. Like this is a dude that I mean, we consider him for the Hall of Fame. He hasn't necessarily won anything, but he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. You want to see a Hall of Fame quarterback, or what you would deem a Hall of Fame quarterback, be successful in the playoffs.
Right.
Like, you want to see that. Lamar Jackson got another 12 years, bro. Like, stand down.
But like he said,
Yeah, it's tough.
you got
man.
dudes on the other side with pride too.
Oh,
man.
no doubt about it.
You got dudes
man.
on the other side
No-
with that
no
pride,
question, man. No
and
doubt.
Baltimore's defense ain't chopped liver.
No, they're not chopped
It's
liver
not
at
chopped
all.
liver.
No way.
No.
They've been playing.
They fly
they've been playing
around.
well.
They got a good front four.
Yes.
They got
I think
some
Phillip
senior citizens over
yeah.
Balling still.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely,
You know,
man.
I
Absolutely.
think Baltimore is going to win that game at home.
Man, look, and again, I'm not going. This one here for me is not really a debate who wins and loses type of deal. I just kind of want Phillip Rivers to win the football game. You know what I'm saying? Just for I'm not going to even say for his legacy, but just to say I had some success post season.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
And I would much prefer that Lamar Jackson holds off a little bit, because my man Deshaun Watson over here is getting thrashed.
Yeah, dog. It's not looking good.
I thought this was
It's not
his
looking
year
good at all. It's not looking good.
Oh,
man. I mean, and him coming off the knee injury. Prior to that, I mean, the dude. Prior to that, he was the best quarterback in the league. Prior to that, like the dude was cooking prior to the knee injury, guys.
You know what that reminded me of? And you might not like this, but when he was a freshman at Clemson, and I'll never forget his first game getting some burn.
Yeah.
It was Florida State.
Yes, sir.
And he got in the game in, I believe it was the end of the first quarter, early second quarter. And it was 5 plays, dime, touchdown.
Jeez.
And I was like, oh,
yeah, man.
my God.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
I realized
300 yards by the end of the game.
Yeah.
It's back up.
I realized Deshaun Watson was that dude real early. I said, yo, I got to sit through another 2.5 years of this. No,
Oof.
no, I don't want to, but I had to,
Mm-hmm.
and I did, and he crushed just about every dream I had for my Seminoles. Man. He crushed him. He crushed him single-handedly. Deshaun Watson crushed every ACC dream because no team in the conference could beat Clemson. They couldn't beat them. They were that good.
Still.
And still are. This is
Continuing on.
Yes.
shout out to Jimbo. Not Jimbo. Jimbo Fisher. Here,
Oh,
look. Here I am. Dabo Swinney, man.
Dabo.
Dude, he phenomenal recruiter. Phenomenal. I mean, he just keep re-upping, man. Like
Big
this
time.
dude, like the Mexican cartel, bro. Like he just re-up, man. Just re-up. We lose one, I go get two more.
Almost
It's unbelievable.
on the outside looking in, that's why I say unbelievable. But like I said, when you get to know the man, and by no means do I know him personally like that.
Sure.
Just spending very, very, very little time, just
Right.
a few hours.
Right.
With him. The genuineness
That's
of
exactly
what he
what I was
speaks
gonna
and
say.
what he says,
Yes.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And that I think the young guys know that coming in. And if the guy says, "Hey, you're gonna play for me, and we'll find a way to fit you in,"
Yeah.
he does that. And looking at the whole scenario going back to Kelly Bryant and Trevor Lawrence,
Man.
Trevor coming in,
Man.
I'm sure he told Trevor, we'll give you a fair shake.
Yeah.
And if you the guy.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
is fair. Best player is gonna play,
No question.
regardless. And when you have redshirt freshmen that take off immediately when this guy comes in, because we had a couple guys that was like, what, this is not looking good
This
for
is
us.
not it.
The writing on the wall. We're gonna catch our chance. And I'm sure that Dabo let it be known. Hey man, look, the best of the best is gonna be what we put on the field.
True story.
And you're in the spot, you got the spot.
True story.
And with his performance coming in camp, let other guys know that weren't even in position to get on the field that I'm a freshman. This guy gonna be around. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And with Kelly Bryant, just to tie things up a little bit, most coaches aren't giving you the opportunity to go out there and sign with anybody and say, hey, you know what, if you want to leave, you can leave.
Yeah.
And you can go wherever you want to go.
He's going to Missouri, I believe. Right?
Yeah. And I mean, he looked at North Carolina, a couple of ACC schools.
Yeah.
Most schools aren't doing that. Dabo is that type of guy. Hey, man, look, if you
like a genuine cat.
you don't want to go.
Something Nick Saban wouldn't have done.
Oh no, Nick Saban.
I'm like,
Nicky ain't doing
I
that.
can't see Nick letting you go to
Nah.
Missouri
Yeah.
or somebody
Yeah.
somewhere
He not-
else and
You
compete.
can't go
in
in
conference
the
with him.
SEC. No, he's
You
not
know,
gonna let you
being
do that.
that guy. I mean, Kelly's a great player.
Yes, he is.
He is a great player.
This is what makes it more mind blowing
Yeah,
to
let's
me
not
that
get that wrong.
Kelly Bryant's a really good football player.
He
man.
is not that player that's going to dominate you with his arm in the passing game
Sure.
from the pocket, but being able to make plays with his legs, there weren't very many
Right.
that could do what he did
Sure.
with his legs,
Sure.
and roll out and make throws and buy
Absolutely.
time and things like that. No question.
Mhm.
He was probably the best guy on the roster to do
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
without a doubt. But, when it comes down to pure passing and arm talent, that just wasn't Kelly Bryant. Whether
Yeah.
he can develop more into
Right.
that is yet to be seen. But he could start at 90% of the other schools in the
Oh,
country
no doubt.
with the drop of a hat.
I know
It's
UNLV would have loved to have him.
Oh,
That is, oh God. Why did I just do that?
Yeah.
Why did I just do that?
But at the end of the day, I mean, you're talking about a coach that will give you an opportunity and let you know what really is what,
Yeah.
and keep his word. I think that's Dabo, and that draws guys to him, because I think young guy says if he tells you, you'll play, you're gonna play.
You gonna play?
Yeah.
And if
Absolutely.
you're not gonna play, hey, you're not gonna play.
Simple.
You know what you're getting into. You know what you coming in with.
And I was watching that little piece last week on him, and he was saying, "Hey, man, I didn't even have coordinating experience. I was a receiver coach.
Wow.
He was.
And
Wow.
next thing I know, they're offering me the job.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Life
So-
come at you quick, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and the dude's been successful.
That
Ever
boy
since.
is a great football
You
coach,
know,
man.
It's
He's a
like,
great
wow,
football coach.
You know,
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
we can
football
speak
coach.
on, and a lot of times we speak on, man, he needs, this guy needs, some coordinating experience and this and that,
Nah.
whoop-de-whoop. And sometimes,
Sometimes you just gifted.
sometimes you just get it.
Yeah. Dabo gets it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it, man. Moving on. Last game, of course, on the slate for Sunday. Eagles at Bears.
Mm.
What y'all think about that one, man?
The Bears.
Yeah.
I just.
They're number one in every defensive statistic category.
I personally want the Bears to win because I can't stand
Yeah.
the Philadelphia Eagles. They're in our conference.
Anything in that division.
Yeah,
is-
anything in that division
Yeah.
outside of, Dallas. I
Can't
can't
fool
get with
with
them.
it. I'm more of the same, man. I believe that the Chicago Bears are just
And my mom's from Philly.
yeah.
Family looks at me like, dude,
Dude, what are you doing?
Really?
how, bro?
Really, dog.
Really,
Cowboys,
bro?
man.
My,
Home.
my nephew was
Really,
born there.
man?
He looked at me, man. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
I can't do it.
Man.
No.
Defense win championships.
Love
Dude,
you, mama.
Dude,
But,
them Chicago Bears tough, man. Now the only thing I am concerned about with them is the passing game. Not concerned about the run game. I love Tariq Cohen.
Mm.
I like Jordan Howard. I told people prior to the season starting because everybody thought that Jordan Howard was going to be the guy. I said, well, it's a guy named Tariq Cohen that's going to get more touches than him because he's a great pass catcher. Oh, no. Well, we see how that turned out.
Yeah.
Tariq Cohen coming out of HBCU. I think he went to North Carolina A&T, if I'm not mistaken. Phenomenal athlete.
They might take that back.
Uh-oh. Did he step out of bounds?
No, it fumbled. It was coming loose before
Did
it
he?
crossed.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Look at this.
Is it coming out?
No.
Hold on.
No.
Oh, it's coming
close.
out.
Close. If they called a touchdown, he may not open.
Oh, yeah, that was slipping out his hand, dog.
Review.
Oh, boy. Little controversy out there in
Yeah.
Houston, Texas right now.
This will kill them too.
Oh, yeah, it'll deflate them.
Momentum.
Like I said, the Chicago Bears, man, they're just entirely too much. Like I said, the only thing I'm concerned about personally is their pass game, but I believe that they can clock control, get Trubisky out of the pocket, get him rolling out, complete short passes. I think they'll be fine. I think they beat the Eagles handily in this football game. When you're talking playoff football, a 10-point win is like a blowout.
Yeah.
I think they win this game by 10 points easily. That's just me. though.
I won't go against that.
Yeah.
I don't see Philly being able to keep up with that.
Sure,
that
because
defense
if you can
and
take away Zach Ertz, who's their best pass catcher, in my opinion, I like Alshon Jeffrey, but I think Zach Ertz is their best pass catcher.
all I can say is Mac.
Yeah,
Man.
man, look, Nick,
Oakland.
Nick,
Oakland.
Foles,
What-
dude,
How- what do you-
dude.
I-
Hey, man, I was all.
you know we talked about the unicorns earlier. That's a
That's that
unicorn.
guy. That's that guy.
Yeah.
That's that guy.
And when you find one, generally they don't get let go at any point.
Yeah.
Whether they want to go or not.
Yeah.
And for Oakland and Chucky to come in and
Come
oh
on,
my
man.
God.
They just.
I
sweeping
haven't
out,
talked
just-
to him.
What are y'all doing?
If I know a unicorn's in my locker room, I'm following him around.
No doubt.
I'm rubbing his horn. I'm talking to, hey, what you need, anything?
No
Can
doubt.
we get something for you? To let that man go, it's hard to find a true pass rusher,
Yeah.
dominating
Yes.
pass rusher, but an unstoppable pass rusher.
Yeah,
Wait, you
just
what?
can't. You can't.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I
And
mean,
now-
you saw the Rams. They held on to Aaron Donald real tight.
Mm.
He's defensive player of the year. There's no one at any position that dominated the way he did. He could very well, outside of this Patrick Mahomes performance, and it was a phenomenal performance that he had this year. Well over 5,000 yards, well over 50 touchdowns.
Mhm.
If Pat Mahomes if he's in the mid, say if he's around 4,400 yards, maybe 40 touchdowns, Aaron Donald would be my MVP of the league.
Ooh.
He was that dominant. 18 and a half sacks from the D tackle spot. Who's doing it?
Nobody.
Who's doing that, bro? Those are rush defensive end numbers.
I tell you, the last player. Bet you can't get who's the last player.
Reggie White.
Reggie White was defensive end. Though.
Yeah, he played DN. Reggie White was more. He played DN. He played DN. He played DN in Philly and in Green Bay. Played DN.
Yeah, he did.
He played DN.
He traveled.
He was
limited though. He's DN.
Yeah. Very, very limited. He was at DN the most.
He used to wear purple. John Randall.
John Randall.
And I tell
Yes.
you, I got a little bit of pleasure playing behind John Randall
Oh, boy.
on his last year
Yes.
in
Yes.
Seattle. Oh my God. You want to talk about unbelievable?
Ridiculous.
Even, I mean, and John he had a bad wheel. By that time is his, I think 13th year.
Mhm.
It was the first time I ever seen where a coach said, "You know what? He can't practice against our number ones."
Wow. That dominant.
And I'm talking about he couldn't practice against number ones. They wouldn't even let him practice against the rookies. When Steve Hudson, all pro,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he go Hall of Fame, but definitely all pro.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't let him practice against him either coming in. And I remember Hudson was polished coming in.
Yeah.
And he was ready to play in the NFL as a rookie.
And that's in his 13th year with a bad.
Wow.
They wouldn't even let him come close to him. I was like, Johnny, by far, was the most dominating inside rusher I'd ever laid eyes on, ever. And he was that good in year 13 in Seattle. Unreal.
With a bad
With
wheel.
a bad knee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Couldn't believe it.
Unbelievable
Undersized
stuff.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nowhere
Yeah.
near 300, was he? He was like
It might be
260s,
260. He's probably
270.
280. Johnny was thick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he wasn't no 6'5", big
Right.
dude.
No,
No, 300. No,
no.
not at all. About 280, maybe
Yeah.
270.
Yeah.
But, oh, my God.
Wow, man.
Dominating.
5'11.
Still getting double teamed
Mm-hmm.
in year 13.
Wow.
Stuff.
Unbelievable stuff, man. Man, what a show. Anthony Simmons in the building, man. We appreciate you, brother,
Thank you.
for
Yes,
coming
sir.
through and sharing your
Yes,
story
sir.
with us, bro.
And knowledge.
And knowledge.
Knowledge, y'all.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable stuff, man. Just to hear your story, man, and to hear your progression throughout your years in the National Football League, man, and beyond. So what are you doing now? What you got your hands in now, man? Let's get that real quick.
I'm a full-time student right now.
Yeah, man. Got your backpack on.
Got
That's
my
right.
backpack on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Struggling. No, I'm not struggling.
Noodle dinners, noodles and bologna sandwiches.
Man, I still keep,
So you can find a restaurant
my mama
now.
keep good food at home.
That's
now,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man.
But I'm taking a break, resetting.
Yeah.
Got out of the business world, and maybe me and my buddy over here, we're gonna do some big things in a few
Yes,
months.
sir.
So,
There we go.
Yes, sir.
There we
And
go.
get back on track. But right now, I'm just focusing on school. And, that's it.
That's
School and
what's
the
up.
fam, man.
That's
Yeah,
what's up,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's it, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. You more than welcome here anytime you get ready, brothers.
Oh
sir.
man, thank you. You know, I like
Anytime
to
you
talk.
get
So
ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. We'd love to have you again, man. This is Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk. Your guy Goose Thomas, man. We got the man Bill Logan over
Yes,
here,
sir.
man. And our guy, man, our newly introduced LTBB fam right here,
There we
man.
go.
And Simmons, man, we appreciate you for coming through,
man,
bro.
thank you. Go Tigers. Let's
Yes,
let's
indeed,
roll.
man.
Let's roll
Let's
on the
see.
tide, baby.
Let's see what they do, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.